How's it going, Talk Forest TV? My name is Jack and welcome to my preview for the Forest versus Swansea game at the Liberty Stadium on Wednesday night. So, the last time we played Swansea at the Liberty Stadium is not sort of anything that we want to look back on at all. I mean, it was an absolutely horrific game for Forest, a 5-1 drubbing in the FA Cup, and one that I don't personally want to dwell on myself. You know, we've had a really good sort of a really good run around that game. That game and the Middlesbrough game are the only games that we've lost in our last 13 games in all competitions. So, you know, you've got to take some sort of, I think it's 13, it's either 12 or 13, I'm not really 100% sure, I think it's 13. But yeah, no, it's not, it is 12 because it's 11 league games, so it'll be 12, yeah, my bad. But yeah, we want to really move away from that game, and I think it's going to be difficult. You look at Swansea, they're unbeaten in the last 8 league games. They're doing really, really well, sat in third place. I think they've got 2 games in hand. They find themselves 8 points behind the top, so if they win all 3 of those games, they can go top of the table, and there'll be full value for it, really. They're doing really well. They managed to get a draw against Brentford when they had 10 men. I'm not sure how long they had 10 men for. They had 10 men at 0-0, and they managed to get a draw after going 1-0 down, so credit to them in that one. You know, they did all right with against Man City. They did sort of, they gave a good account of themselves. Obviously, it's not going to be easy. They didn't play at the weekend, actually, for some reason. I'm not sure why. I don't know whether the game was postponed or what. I have no idea. But then they've not got a game down for the weekend just gone, so I'm not 100% sure. But I think they're obviously going to be fully fit, fresh from not having a game since last Wednesday. So, yeah, it's going to be a difficult one. They're going to have a full week, as we're only going to have, 3 days? 4 days? 4 days. Yeah, 4 days. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a difficult one. I think we might struggle in this one. I mean, I know that we're on a good run of form, and we did do well against Bournemouth. We managed to hold them out. They didn't even have a shot on target all game. We limited them to a handful of chances. You know, their players of influence, you look at Stanislas Danjuma, you look at Brooks when he came on, did nothing. So, or did very little. So hopefully we can do that again. You know, Jamal Lowe is a player that, yeah, he's a real danger, mate. A real handful, as we saw when he came off the bench in that FA Cup game. It's not going to be an easy game for anyone coming up against him. He's absolutely fantastic, and I know we were linked to him before he went to Wigan from Portsmouth. Shame we couldn't get him, because you know he'd probably fit into our team at the time really well. Could probably still fit into our team in that left wing position. It's a bit of a problem position for Chris Hughton. He's got quite a few players who can play there. You know, he's got Freeman, Amiobi, Knighton, Lolly. You know, we've got quite a good amount of people who can play in that position. But he seems to switch between Amiobi and Freeman. Freeman's his player of choice over the last 2 games. It'll be interesting to see whether or not he'll play in that game. In this game, I'll be doing my my start 11 prediction video straight after this one, actually. So if you want to know what my prediction is for the starting 11 for this game, then keep your eyes out for that one. But you look at Swansea, they've got quality in every position. You know, you look at the back line. You've got Roberts. He's a really good right back. I rate him really highly. They've got is it Guhi, something like that. A youngster from Chelsea, very good player. You know, they've got Hurahan on loan, who we really could have done with, really. I mean, we got James Garner on loan, who I think is a really good player. But if you want that bit more of an experienced head, maybe then Conor Hurahan, he's been in the Championship a couple of times with Barnsley and Aston Villa, could have been a good pickup. But I'm happy with James Garner anyway, so that doesn't really matter. But again, he's going to be a difficult player. Likes to get on the ball, dictate the tempo, pick out passes. He can hit them from range. So too can Matt Grimes, that we saw. They've got some really good players. Is it Johan Dada, something like that? He's another really good player. So yeah, it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. I think though, if we can set up in the sort of same style as we did against Bournemouth, then we could really limit them to the amount of chances they have. I think our best chance of getting something from this one is not by trying to sort of play out and sort of have the attempts ourselves. I think what we need to do is try and stifle them, try and sit back a little bit, sort of consolidate the midfield, sort of like we did against Bournemouth, sort of see the sort of spaces and I don't know. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to say here, but limit the spaces. I guess you could say move into the spaces, fill the gaps. That's what I'm trying to say. Fill the gaps that they could try and play through or get players into, and we really could maybe do something that way and try and get it forward in that terms. I'm not saying park the bus, but I'm just saying be a bit more pragmatic in terms of, don't maybe sit with such a high line. Don't try and take the game to them. Let them take the game to us. If we're disciplined in the midfield, disciplined with our wingers coming back when we're defending, Krovinovic maybe slotting in to either the midfield to make it a 5 across the middle, or going forward with Murray or whoever starts. I'll just go away. I want Krovinovic to start. I think he's a very good player. If they both start, whoever he starts with alongside whoever he starts in behind the front, they can make that 2-man pressing from the front. So I think if we can do that and think a bit more defensively, not totally defensively, we're not looking to sit back, put 10 men behind the ball and defend for 90 minutes, because that's not, no one wants to watch that, no one wants to see that happen. That's the sort of sign that you're scared. I'm not saying do that, I'm saying just to be a bit more reserved. Don't try and go forward, try and fly forward at any given opportunity. Be a little bit more cautious. But then when we get the opportunity, make sure we get the ball forward and we do what we need to do and we take our chances. I think if we can do that, then we could be onto a winner in this game, or at least get a point from it. I think if I'm being realistic, given the last couple of games for Swansea, the last league game was a 2-0 home win on it was on the 5th of February, so a Friday night kickoff. They beat Norwich at home 2-0. That's a huge result in the Championship sort of battle for promotion. Then they beat Rotherham before that, 3-1 away. A nice 1-1 against another team looking for automatic promotion in Brentford. Actually, I'm not sure. I've just looked at my camera and I was frozen, so I don't know if it's frozen in the video. If it has, I'm sorry. If it hasn't, then well, I've just shown you an error that didn't need to be highlighted. But yeah, it's going to be really difficult. And in terms of the score, I think if I'm being realistic, I could see Swansea doing it, getting a 2-1 win in this one. But I think if we play well and we do what we need to do, I think we could get a 1-0. Similar to last season under Sabri, where I think it was Semedo who scored after Graben burst down the pitch on the counter-attack. If we could do something like that and score a goal similar to that, and be a bit more cautious defensively, then I think we could do a really good job. So yeah, like I said, I'll be doing my starting 11 prediction video very soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. But I think it's going to be obviously a really difficult game. We know what they're capable of. We know what sort of players they have in their armoury. Like I mentioned before, you've got Jamal Lowe, a player that I really like and I really wish Forest had got. Caused us problems even when he was at Wigan last season. Near the start of the season, it was at DW, and he scored the only goal in the 1-0 loss for us there. So I think if we can keep him quiet, then you're going to be onto a winner. If we can keep the midfield away from the ball, again, that'll be good. If we can maybe be a bit... When I say sit back, I don't mean just let them have the ball, let them do what they need to do with the ball. That I can say get on the ball, just keep the possession moving in our favour. Let us pass them around instead of them passing us around. And we could really be on something good here. In terms of the goal scorer, I think I'm going to say 1-0. Let's be positive. I'm going to say 1-0 Nottingham Forest, and I'm going to say Filip Krovinovic to score. To be honest, I think he could really score a nice goal. You saw from the free kick routine that we did try against Bournemouth. It looks like we're trying one or two different things when it comes to set pieces. So maybe it could be one of those that finally pays off. Who knows? But yeah, 1-0 to Forest. I'm going to say, but I could see us losing this one if we don't play in a way that would best get us the points from this one. So yeah, if you did enjoy, smash the like button, subscribe to Talk Forest TV, TFTV Extra and Dan TFTV. Thank you for watching, and come on, you Reds.